Guys, hey, what's up? My name is Alexander. I am going to be talking about kind of these number codes, frequencies, whatever little rubber band thingies that I've been posting about and everything. But it's kind of along the lines of there's some situations that have been popping up in my life where I really want to change everything. I really want to get more in alignment with who I am. If if I feel like doing something, I want to get into alignment with that. If I genuinely want something, I want to get into alignment with that, as opposed to just saying, oh, it'll work out eventually. Because here's the thing, if it's not easy, if it's not effortless, if it's not fun, then honestly, like once you get to very, very high vibration and like a very high level in your life, if it's not easy, if it's not effortless, if it's not fun, if it's hard work, if it's struggle, if it's like, this, that, back and forth, like everything else, if they're kind of like little, they're very clear signs that the universe will give you or tell you to say, yo, like, don't go down this path, like, don't do this, not here, not today. But even more so, it's kind of a little bit more along the lines of, it's all about alignment, because sometimes we need to get in alignment with ourselves before we start getting into alignment with, physical things, money, relationships, love, sex, this, that, all this other stuff. And something that I realize is that I'm kind of playing, in regards to my relationships specifically, I've been kind of playing on an old vibration, old frequency, where it seemed as if though every chick, every chick who I've manifested in my life has been like a repeat or a repetition of every single one that came before, where it's almost like this weird, like, no, I can't say weird. It's been like, just like everyone has been the same exact type. And what I realized is that as much time as I spent on my relationships, I haven't really defined the core of what it is that I want. I want somebody who's free. I want somebody who's able to explore with me, explore this beautiful spiritual world that I live in, as well as the physical. Who's just like, if I want to drop something and like head to Paris in like 20 hours, 2 hours or something like that, like they can go, like, no questions. It's just like, hey, do you want to go to Dubai? Hey, do you want to go to Australia? Yeah, sure, let's go. Private jet, because I'm about to get a Gulfstream stream by the end of the year, which is cool and which is great. But more importantly, it's just like, straight lines. I feel like my entire life right now works in just like straight lines, where I say what I want and I get what I want without any hesitation, without any struggle, without anything really. But it's just kind of along the lines of, I really want to attract people in my life who are just effortless, who are easy, who are fun, who is just like, they legitimately, like, they know that there's an effortless world out there and they live in it. Where it's just like, they speak. I asked this little boy in a crystal store, I was talking to this kid, and he was like, hire dragons in your business. I was like, dragons? Tell me about dragons. Basically, people, think about a dragon, like, it speaks fire, but it's just like, it just like clears the path or whatever is in its way. Like, there's no way that you're going to get in front of a dragon and like, live, unless if you're like you're going to turn out to be like a crispy chicken or, crispy human being or something like that. Because it's just like, like think about smog, like desolation of smog and like the Hobbit, Battle of Five Armies, whatnot. Like smog, like literally like took the town and just like demolished it. he smothered, smog smothered, that town, whatever it's called. But anyways, think about it. It's just kind of along the lines of like, be relentless in your alignment, be relentless in your vibration. If you want something, go after it. There's nothing holding you back but yourself. And even as I'm saying that, there's, I'm talking to myself right now too. It's just kind of along the lines of, if you want something, go and get it. If you know what you're worth, then go and get what you're worth. But, don't allow anybody or anything or any concept to hold you back. So it's just, get into full alignment with what it is that you want. And the people who are going to be able to keep up with you and, get up to speed with you, they'll do it. They will. And, if people come in and they come out, well, cool, that's great. But more importantly, it's just like, love yourself. And the best way to love yourself is, know what you want and get in touch with what you want. And you'll feel it, be it, have it, do it, and just allow it, most importantly. But this specific little code, delta megahertz, arrow 3TE, arrow AM squared in, multiplied by L to the L infinity power, parentheses 2-14, in parentheses R, arrow. Basically, it's just if you want to transmute your current vibrational state, and this is how like I create the number codes and whatnot, but it's very specific how I do it, and there's like a method to my madness and whatnot. But delta changed. Velocity is equal to delta over time. Delta, the change in your megahertz, the change in your frequency, the change in your vibration. I just use arrows for moving forward. Think about chemistry, moving forward and whatnot. Three is the letter of catalysm. 3 is the letter of change. 3 is the letter of just opportunity, transformation. So 3TE. Specifically, these are mirror images where I wanted it to mirror from kind of like old energy to new energy. So it's a mirror. You could write a letter E, but I wanted it to be mirrored. 3TE. The E is for effortless, effortless transformation. We don't want this to be hard. We don't want this to be difficult. Effortless transformation. Moving towards A, alpha. My name's Alexander, but A, the letter of just kind of along the lines of alpha, beginning, think about alpha and omega, beginning. The M is the letter of harmony, because think about the letter N, which is what I included there, but N is the letter of friendship. Think about, what happens whenever you put 2 N's together, you get an M, because that's pretty much what, M's are. But, powerful, harmonious friendships, powerful, harmonious relationships. Think about M squared, M to the power of 2. Powerful harmony, extremely harmonious relationships, extremely harmonious friendships, which are multiplied, parentheses, multiplied by L, the letter of spirituality, multiplied by spirituality. It's basically spirituality by infinite spirituality. So it's basically spirituality multiplied by endless spirituality, like infinitely deep spirituality. With the combination, with the multiplication of romantic love, 2-14 Valentine's Day. R is the letter of creativity, so it's just creative love, creative romantic love, creative romance, creative this, that, whatever. Because it's here's the thing, I can attract friends, like I can attract women who are of a certain caliber. It's like models, whether it's like if I want an accountant, it's like this, that. It's easy to attract whatever type of person or relationship it is in our life, but we got to put our heart. It's not so much put our hearts out there, but it's just open our hearts to the possibility of romantic love that's spiritual, harmonious, this, that, all this other things. And I just put an arrow in it, meaning it's just moving forward, and I didn't put anything after that. But basically, that was kind of like a rough explanation of it. If you're just like, Alexander, I'm just gonna like write it down and just trust you, just do that. It'll make sense, because a lot of it it's a mix between chemistry, mathematics, alphabetology. There is a thing that's alphabetology, numerology, just kind of like intuition, meaning I'm like literally I wrote down 3 different formulas before I even came up to this, because it's very specific. I'm only doing this for myself. Feel free to change it. But I'm wearing this on my left wrist. It doesn't matter, wherever it is that you want, but your left is your heart side. Your left is your heart side. So whenever you want things from the heart, think about a relationship. It starts in love, it starts in the heart. If you want a business relationship or business friendship, put it on the right or something like that. But also, hey, you can switch it, back and forth. It doesn't really matter. But it's like I'm creating relationships from the deepest parts of my heart right now, where everything is effortless, everything is easy. Like, it's not like I have to struggle. It's not like I have to work. I don't want to convince anybody. I don't want to persuade anybody about anything. I've been going to these investor meetings lately, and I've just gotten to the point where I'm like done. I'm completely done. Like, because I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to talk to anybody more. I don't want to persuade anybody about anything anymore. It's like, I have my ideas, and I have like everything I need to get started, and I'm just like, guys, I'm just gonna do it on my own. Like, it's cool and it's great, but here's what I mean by on my own. It's like there's a difference between going to somebody and and kind of like attracting. It's the difference between promoting yourself and attracting things that are in alignment with yourself. And for me, I'm just kind of at the point where I'm done. Like, I'm done convincing. I'm done like putting myself out there, and it's just kind of like attracting things. And here's the funny thing, it's so much easier attracting things into my life than it is for me to like go after them. So, you know what? It's just like, that's it. But anyways, I hope that you guys have a beautiful, beautiful day. And this thing, it's for me right now, it's causing me to really get into alignment with what it is I want, because I want effortless, I want ease, I want everything to be easy. Because if it ain't easy, it ain't fun. But hey, that should be for money. Money is being effortlessly created on all levels, where literally like, it's just like millions coming into my life. That's cool. That's awesome. That's great. I was going after the billions, and then going after that B, but now it's like the T. The T is literally like on the horizon, the trillions, and that's so funny. And I think after that is like the Googleplexes or something. I have no clue. But everybody can be a billionaire, everybody can be a trillionaire, and it's awesome because there's unlimited money out there. But even more so, it's just kind of along the lines of, I'm tapping into these fields, these energy fields of just infinite possibilities, where it's just like, okay, the stuff that I created like a month, 2 months, 3 months ago, that was cool, that was great. Like, the stuff that I'm doing right now, that stuff is amazing. But listen, I hope that you guys have a beautiful, beautiful day. Wear this, don't wear it, doesn't really matter. But more importantly, it's just kind of like feel good, be happy, do whatever makes you feel good, do whatever makes you feel happy. Smoke, drink, sex, eat. I love eating. I love these little chocolate bars. I've been eating them quite a bit. But just get into alignment, because that's the best way. We only do the things that we do to get into alignment with ourselves. So what I'm saying is, just get into alignment. Whatever way that happens for you, do it. Have fun. But cheers. That's Alexander. I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Cheers.